Now, looking forward to what's going to happen in the future, what do you see? Because it's been 11 years now.
Right.
What has been happening? What is on your radar? And what do you expect to happen in the next few years? And what's this next crisis going to look like?
Right. That gets a little bit to the title of the book, Aftermath, because people say, well, okay, Jim, aftermath of what? And it has two meanings. The first is we are still in the aftermath of 2008. Nothing was solved. I understand the fire was put out. We're now in the 11th year of an expansion. This is the longest expansion in U.S. history. Stock markets are near all-time highs. I understand all that. But none of the problems that precipitated the 2008 financial crisis have been solved. All that happened was the debt was lifted from private hands to government hands. It's on the balance sheets of the central banks. Now look at what Ben Bernanke did in 2008. So first thing he does is cut interest rates to zero. Well, you're supposed to do. That's budget. What does a central banker do in a liquidity crisis? Lend freely at a punitive rate to solvent institutions. Well, Bernanke got 1 out of 3. He lent freely. He did not impose a punitive rate. He lowered rates to zero, and he lent to solvent and insolvent institutions alike. They should have shut down a lot more banks. It shouldn't have just been Lehman Brothers. But anyway, he did that. That was QE1, which one can excuse as a proper exercise of the liquidity authority of the central bank. QE2 and QE3 are nonsense, but we can come to that. So that's the first thing he did. But they didn't stop it. So lower interest rates to zero, start QE1, start printing trillions of dollars. Bernanke and working with the FDIC and Sheila Bair and others guaranteed every bank deposit in America. They didn't have to do that. We had a $250,000 insurance limit, but some small business might have $1 million in the bank, so they were pulling the money out of the bank. So Bernanke said, forget that. We're guaranteeing, regardless of size, guaranteeing everything.
This was in 08, right?
08, correct.
I remember I was in London and I was concerned about my deposits.
Yeah.
And I remember I had some money in RBS and I called them up and said, get my money out. And they said, you have to come into the branch.
Right.
I said, you must be joking. And you have to come to the branch and stand in line with all these people. So I was like, all right, you're imposing liquidity on me.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a real panic time.
Right. Well, I tell people, if you put your money in the bank, it's not your money anymore. It's the bank's money, and they'll give it to you if they feel like it. And that was a very good example of that.
It's a really good quote.
He then guarantees every money market fund in the United States. There was no legal requirement for that. They just did that by fiat. So it's guaranteed every bank deposit, guaranteed every money market, interest rates to zero, QE1. And then, unbeknownst to the world, because this didn't come out till 3 years later, they did $10 trillion worth of currency swaps with the ECB because you had the same problem in Europe. And so, Deutsche Bank and, not to pick on the Germans, it was all the banks. They had dollar assets, which they were funding with dollar liabilities. And the dollar liabilities were mostly commercial paper and short-term notes, which had been bought by the U.S. money market funds. Well, the U.S. money market funds had to dump everything to pay shareholders who were redeeming, and they were not rolling over. So all of a sudden, the liabilities, the ability of the European banks to roll over the dollar liabilities was gone. That's when you turn to your central bank. The problem was the ECB doesn't print dollars, they print euros. They didn't have dollars to give to Deutsche Bank. So what happened was Bernanke prints up $10 trillion, ECB prints up 10 trillion euros or whatever equivalent is. They swap. Now the Fed's got all the euros and the ECB had dollars, which they could then hand out to the banks. That's how they bailed out Europe. But again, who knew there was a $10 trillion currency swap at the time? Nobody.
Right.
That was like classified information.
Hi, Brian Rose here, founder and host of London Real. If you've ever wondered what's going on behind government's closed doors and how do insiders capitalize on hidden moves triggered by these secret decisions, then I have something you need to see. Jim Rickards is a former CIA operative and world economics expert. He and I recently sat down to discuss all of this on London Real. And now he's sharing a 15-year-old government secret, one that could legally put thousands of dollars in your pocket.
After 15 years of secrecy, I'm revealing the sensitive information on camera.
He's giving London Realers exclusive access to this private broadcast, where he'll go on camera and reveal all the details behind a secret that could affect thousands of people, starting this coming week.
Simply put, the brief revealing video below could change how you think of me. I hope you understand. Click below to see it.
All you have to do is click the link below or go to londonreal.tv/gym and sign up. Then we will send you all the details to gain access. It's totally free, but if you don't sign up, you'll never see it. And because of the nature of this event, you'll understand why Jim can't keep it online forever. So don't miss your chance to find out the secret and potentially make profits from it. Click the link below and I will see you at the free training.